It's too real!
I have an ungodly fear of rejection.
Wow.
It was scary putting it out because anytime you expose yourself and you're so vulnerable, it's very scary.
Welcome back, guys. I'm gonna roast myself again.
Gabbie!
I'm gonna roast myself again because, well, last time it just...
She's cute.
I'm gonna roast myself again.
I saw this.
I love this.
Last time
I've seen it.
I've already seen this. Have you
yeah.
seen this as well?
I like this.
I do too, because it has a drastic change.
Yo, what's up? I'm Gabbie. I'm a high roller, rolling through in a brand new Toyota Corolla.
That Corolla, though.
Live alone in a 2-bedroom apartment, but it's real cheap, you can tell by the carpet.
Exposed.
That's okay, cause I'm never home. I'm at the gym, as you probably know, cause I post about it every single time. So my weight loss never
She has been working out a lot. Yeah, her body transformation.
had the glow up of the motherfucking century.
She did have the glow up of the century.
She's spitting truth.
That's right, I'm single and I can't keep a man. Cause I'm crazy in a
She's really good at this format.
Lots of fans, but where are my friends in? I'm alone every night of the weekend.
Same girl.
Should life's been in the trash can?
That was disgusting. P.S.
Oh, no, my views are low. Looks like my hair has got to go. Looks like my hair has got to go.
That's so something that literally you've done it, I've done it.
Always say I'm working hard, but then again, who am I kidding? See, my job is a joke. I take selfies for a living, but
She's so self-aware.
story time. I admit I may have overreacted, and I hope you can see past it if
This is just an ode to how I built my channel on really dramatic story times. And I filmed it like a story time with the jump cuts.
it's a business tactic, cause the honest fact is, if you break it down,
This is quite well done, I must say.
see, I have an audience that has a demographic on a platform run by analytics.
Oh, yeah.
On a platform, as long as you're charismatic,
This is really good.
then the platform rewards being a dick. So maybe
True.
that's me. If a shoe fits, wear it. Hey, forgive me. Like the video and share it.
It's too real!
I think that we can all forgive Brian Lee.
Oh,
You only did what you
damn.
want to do to me.
Damn.
I was nervous to put this in, but I'm glad I did.
Oh, ooh, I like this.
And then it gets real.
And now we get real serious on your ass.
Overwhelmed, overworked, overpaid. I'm on top of the world, sitting pretty on a stack, but the static still cracks in my veins.
This gives me
At the
goosebumps.
bottom of the universe, I'm feeling all the weight. People die for this. People lie for this. People suck and f some guy for this.
I love when artists do this.
Play my part, but what's my role in this?
This was actually written first months ago as well. And I didn't know how I was going to present it.
I'm not built for this, all the guilt of this, and I don't think I can deal with this.
I like how real this is, honestly.
Gonna fold from this. People starving and I get gold for this.
That's a powerful line.
I do like that she's always like willing to be very vulnerable.
It's
Being
like what people want to say, but like don't say.
I get it, I know. It's such a conundrum. I get what I want, but I can't have much fun with it.
I do like where it's going. I thought it was just another self-diss track, and it's very much beyond that.
Don't give a f about what I've been earning, but each day I wake up more blessed and I'm learning of all these people I'm least to deserve it. You don't see the scene that's behind the screen, and I urge you all to be aware of it.
Girl. Oh, my heart.
I'm sorry for my obsession with attention. I have an ungodly fear of rejection.
Wow.
My apprehension and objection is the viral infection of dollars and followers in place of affection. What I need
This
is
was
a
actually all
human
freestyled
connection.
in booth.
Not polite
Oh,
and a
I just want to
foggy
retweet it
reflection.
all.
They find my disinterest interesting, my depression a funny thing, my decline is relatable. People love that I hate myself. Yeah, they love that I hate myself. People love that I hate myself. People love that I hate myself.
I just want to give her a hug.
I climbed out of my head and watched myself implode. A thought without a body ought to be the shot to take a load off my brain.
And then it's like spoken poetry. It is like very interesting, the beats of this video.
My brain is poisoned and I'm searching for the antidote, but every time I find it, my defenses scream, oh no you don't. Whoa.
She's so well spoken.
Who am I and when?
Who am I?
When's my
I
work
think
day
that.
end? When's my work day end and where does me begin? Are
That.
these my colleagues?
Where
or
does my workday end?
Are these my colleagues or my friends?
It's true.
On a
Damn.
scale of 10 to 1, do you hate who I've become? Because I hate who I've become.
Oh.
I'm sorry for who I've become.
Wow. Wow, there's a lot going on there. Like all about the complexities of, YouTube as a job, but also as, your life. It really makes you think.
Everything in that video is completely true. And there's a lot of stuff that related very heavily to a lot of stuff that I was doing. Because when I came out here to LA, I took like a whole week off because of a lot of that stuff.
Obviously, everybody has this persona that they put out, and not just YouTubers, but anyone on social media is curating what they want you to see. And I think that this was the the perfect medium for it, which makes sense because I'm a YouTuber.
I'm really glad she's talking about those types of feelings because I know that a lot of creators feel the same way and have had similar feelings and thoughts to what she's going through. Hearing people's thoughts, artists' thoughts about how they're feeling through this journey in this very new world, this very new realm, is a new perspective.
So that was Roast Yourself Harder Challenge diss track by content creator Gabbie Hanna,
Gabbie Hanna, The Gabbie Show.
who is actually in this episode as well.
Oh, wow.
Before we get into some questions, we're gonna have you read some of the lyrics.
Sure, I would love to.
I'm too old for this, gonna fold for this, people starving, and I get gold for this.
First line, that's a thing that sits in the back of my head. Personally, I've been doing it for 12 years, you know, so when am I gonna get, am I already too old for this? Probably.
Playing on like, the YouTubers are rewarded for what some people could frown upon. It's just weird the things that you capitalize on when you're a YouTube creator.
Those people are starving, puts it in perspective. And it's just like, we're taking pictures, we get on camera, we do collabs, and it's like, ugh, I'm so stressed. But it's like, word, bro? Word? My life is so hard. Word? There's people starving right now.
For me, there's a lot of guilt that comes along with the fact that I think most people know that we're very affluent, we're very blessed. When you look at the rest of the world, it almost feels so helpless and like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, some of us make more than like doctors and we're not saving lives.
I get it. I know it's such a conundrum. I get what I want, but I can't have much fun with it.
It's not the fame or the money I'm yearning. I don't give a about what I've been earning.
But each day I wake up more blessed and I'm learning. Of all these people, I'm least to deserve it.
If you work hard enough, you know, at some point you absolutely deserve the success. And I think she does deserve the success. Don't be so hard on yourself, Gabbie.
This is also a very common feeling amongst successful people, especially people who have big hearts and are humble and are down to earth and grounded. A lot of people feel like they don't deserve the success that they've earned or worked for. And I think that that's a very natural thing.
Yes, those pressures do exist, and to be a YouTuber is almost like to sign a contract that you're going to like take on like 18 weird mental issues. But I think that every one of them are an honor to take on, and I think it's a fun challenge to try to persevere through that and keep your cool and your sanity and create. The fact that she took her darkness and some of those things and put them out there like that and process them creatively, I mean, hey, you can't hate on that.
It just comes down to your self-worth and your self-esteem. And as I work on that, I realize like, I do deserve this. But it was scary putting it out because anytime you expose yourself and you're so vulnerable, it's very scary. So that's like my message to everyone, and what I'm hoping more people can do here is just stop hiding.
Who am I and when? That's a cool lyric. When's my workday end and where does me begin? Are these my colleagues or my friends? Interesting.
That is very true when you sign up on social media, that you're signing up for a 24/7 nonstop job that never ends.
Because you're always playing yourself.
There's no off, you know, because no matter what you're doing at any time of the day, you could run into someone who might be a viewer, and whether you've been having the worst day of your life, if you're mean to this person, they could go to their Twitter account and suddenly you are literally the devil.
Take the time for yourself. And that's something I learned the hard way, was that working myself into the ground was destroying me. And even though I had fun with it, there's a point where you do it too much that you start resenting it. And you don't want to build up that resentment with it, because that's a hard thing to ever get back to that passionate side of it.
Why did you decide to make this video? What was your goal in creating this?
I just try to live as honestly as I can. The hardest part about being a YouTuber is having to talk to millions of people when all you want to do is disappear. And I think everybody deserves that moment and that time where they can pull back and just be themselves and be okay and not put makeup on and whatever. But on YouTube, there's that pressure of you have to create. My biggest thing was realizing sometime last year that I wasn't alone in everything that I was feeling. I think finding that common ground has actually helped all of us.
As a content creator, what do you think is one of the biggest things people miss or don't know about having fame, with how close you interact with your audience and the mental toll it can sometimes take?
Yeah, there is a mental toll, because on a personal level, all I do is read comments and tweets, you know, to make these videos, and it's kind of taxing. There are some videos that I'm really excited to make. There are some videos where I can't stand, but I have to power through them because it's a job.
It's a very isolated lifestyle. You work from home. I mean, for me especially, I don't have to get on camera. So yeah, it's very isolating. Not everybody gets it.
It's hard sometimes for people to see that there's like a real person behind the account that they're looking at.
Everyone's brought up in a different way, and that's why I think people like YouTube, is because they get to see how somebody else lives their life. So it's very easy to be like, this is what I think about the way you live.
People don't realize how hard it is to make friends. When you see somebody with so many followers, you just assume, well, they have so many people that love them. And like, yeah, that might be the case, but these are strangers, and 99.9% of the time, I don't see them face to face, and even if I did, I don't know them, and they don't know me, like, to the core.
It's interesting with YouTubers. It's different because I would see Chris Hemsworth and go, oh, he's dreamy, and oh, wow, that's Chris Hemsworth. Like, I don't know who Chris Hemsworth is. I would still have questions. I'd be like, I wonder what he's like. But these people watching this right now, they know me. Like, this is me. I'm in my videos. Sure, sometimes it's a turned up version of yourself because you're making a video and you want to have energy and it's fun. But at the end of the day, it's you.
A thing people always come to me about is, how do you get over hate? And as much as the internet likes to rally behind you, it can just take one thing, and then it just takes one person to focus the negative people on what you do, and then they can immediately assault you, and that can be very, very overwhelming.
So it seems like over the past couple of years, more online stars have started to be more open about the struggles, you know, this new type of fame has presented. For you personally, like, have you spoken to your audience about that type of stuff?
I think no, I don't speak about it with my audience because, you know, I'm really lucky to have a lot of grounding energies in my life.
It's wonderful that creators are being open about that, especially if they originally started creating content on maybe a very aggressive schedule that wasn't sustainable long term. And then they're realizing that this is not sustainable at this volume, and having an open conversation with their communities.
In the last year or so, I've opened up a whole lot more because I realized all it's doing is building stress, anxiety, like depressive tendencies, really bad mental health habits. And I'm always trying to promote a healthier mentality. So I figured, if I'm going to do that, why would I not practice what I preach? The connection with the audience is always the most important thing to me, because if people see you as a person, then they understand where you're coming from. But if you're just an entertainment entity, you can never explain yourself.
So on the heels of some of what Gabbie mentioned in the video, we want to do a rapid fire segment to get a sense of life as an online star. So how many hours a day do you work?
10 plus.
I would say like 10.
10 to 12 hours.
I work on average 100 hours a week.
I think I work 24 hours a day. Because you wake up and you're thinking about what you're gonna create, and then you go to bed thinking about what you have to do.
You're never off because your social media is still part of your job. So it's technically 24/7.
Do you ever find that some people don't take you seriously because you're an online creator?
Yes, 1,000,000 times yes.
100%.
I'm in the age where everyone's like in college and doing internships, so when people's parents look at me, they're like,
Yeah, all the time. Especially when I had green hair. No one takes a green-haired video game YouTuber very seriously. A lot of people who do these diss tracks go to a surface level because they're afraid of actually opening that door in case it does make people look at you differently. And she was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm stripping everything off. And I like that, like, symbolically she took the makeup off and was like, here's who I am. This is what YouTube is actually like. There are aspects to it that people don't realize what they're getting in for. And with anything that comes with social media influence and anything that has to do with fame and fortune and notoriety, this comes with it.
Do you feel like you have a good work-life balance?
No. Just because when I'm not working, I feel guilty, like I should be working.
I used to kind of work on weekends a little bit, but like I'm really trying harder and harder to like hard out at 5 or 6, or when my wife comes home, get out from the computer, you're done.
I'm definitely working towards it, which is why I think I was able to release this piece, because I feel like sometimes you can't talk about something until you're finding your way out. And I'm found my way out.
So with this episode of YouTubers React getting, you know, a little deep, what do you hope like fans and other creators will get out of watching, you know, something like this?
That it's okay to talk about it. I hope it sparks a dialogue.
I hope that by people watching things like this, they are inspired in whatever way they need to be, because sometimes seeing things like this puts a truth out there and makes people go, ooh, maybe I don't want to get that close to like the YouTube light.
Her song is really relatable, and there are going to be people out there who are listening to it that it's going to help them through things.
It's okay to feel these types of ways, and you're not the only person feeling them. And it's more than okay to reach out to other people.
YouTube is the perfect therapy bed, because no matter what you're going through, no matter how alone you feel, there's at least 1 million other people that feel exactly like you, and then when you put it out there and expose yourself, you'll be shocked at what comes back at you.
It's okay to take time for yourself. You're never ever going to lose that influence as long as you're passionate about what you do. What's up here is more important than how many likes you have on anything.
I hope that nothing that I said comes off as like ungrateful or like I hate my job. I love my job and I'm very grateful for everything I have. It's just a weird emotional conundrum.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of YouTubers React.
A lot of links down there for a lot of cool YouTubers. Go subscribe to some of them.
See you later, guys.
Hi guys, JC here, producer here at FB. Thanks so much for watching this episode of YouTubers React. Big thanks to all the creators who came down to shoot with us today, and a big thanks to Gabbie for letting us use her video and also reacting to it. Thanks so much. Bye guys.